there are two ways how you do campaigns on Meta. It's really simplified way how you can do that. So the main strategy and first and main and the strategy that you will be using always on scale is optimizing on purchase event. This is like your goal is to sell, not to complete the quiz or start the payment. So you want to optimize on the purchase event. And think the problem with this event is when you set up campaigns for the very first time, Facebook Pixel basically doesn't know who will purchase your product. So it starts sending you people that maybe not your target audience. They may react to your creative, so they kind of may be interested in your product, but still they may not have money or being interested. Not that doesn't mean to be ready to pay. That's why in the beginning you may lose hundreds, sometimes $1,000 because Facebook sends you some random users. And it can be painful in the beginning. So in this case, we recommend setting in parallel or starting with the strategy 2. It is good for the beginning. And in this strategy, you optimize your campaigns on different events that are happening before the payment. So for instance, it can be complete registration if you ask users for email. It can be initiate checkout when they opened the payment form. It can be a lead event if you send them. So you can select almost any standard event that is relevant to the situation when the user completes the quiz. And it's better if they like kind of interacted somehow with the paywall, like open the payment form, something like that. You will have way more events, like 10 times more events of this step. Because of that, your quiz completion conversions will be higher. And even the conversions from viewing first screen and going to second screen will be higher. And with a relatively small budget, I'm putting like the minimum amount of money. Obviously, like if you have thousands of dollars, it will be way more faster if you spend, I don't know, like 500 a day, 1,000 a day. You can spend 5,000 in a week, and you will get results faster. But if you are tight on budget, start with really small daily budget. See how your users behave on the funnel. Optimize the funnel if you see some drop-offs, and then switch to purchase optimization.
Hey, Igor, I'll start with this. We had to start with strategy 2 because strategy 1, Facebook was saying we don't have any purchase events. So we couldn't particularly optimize for a purchase event until we started with strategy 2, which if you go back real quick to that screen, we will see that what Igor is saying is complete registration, same as paywall view. That's so when we're setting this up for our client using Web2Wave, we had to start off with a paywall view, so complete registration campaign first until we got it we started getting some purchases in there, and then we were able to start our purchase campaign. That's just my experience. I'm not saying this is what is for everybody, but I'm just saying this is our experience.
Yeah. It's a great way to do. Like you can even start with 2 campaigns at the same time. One will be for the purchase and one will be for complete registration, and you will see which performs better. But usually the complete registration on small budgets is performing better in the beginning. So you can spend, I don't know, like week, maybe 10 days with $50 a day budget, and you will kind of educate your pixel, and then you will scale it. Wrap up about the strategies. Strategy 1 and the main strategy that you will be optimizing in the end is when you optimize on purchase. It is great for the performance, but maybe costly in the beginning. The other strategy is to optimize on a proxy event that happens before the purchase, and with that you can start with lower budgets and be sure that your funnel works, everything is good with that, you have no bugs, payment systems are working, and then you can scale it.
Yeah, you can use strategy 2 to test creatives and then move it to move the creative winning ones to strategy 1.
So about the creatives, when we talk about the creatives, I usually answer the question that I asked a lot about, like, what should be the budget for the test? So if you never launched any paid campaigns on Meta and you want to start with Web2App, the thing is that you're starting not with Web2App, you're starting with paid traffic in general. So at first you have to understand what is my target audience, what should be the creatives. And the very first step for you is to test your creatives. So at first, we recommend starting with 15, 20 different creatives. I would recommend thinking about this as you have to define 2, 3, 4 target audiences. For every target audience, come up with 1, 2, 3 hooks or ideas that you sell in these creatives. And for every hook or idea, create 1, 2, 3 different formats. It can be video, it can be static. So by that, you will have around like 15, 20, sometimes 25, maybe 30 different creatives that serve different needs for different target audience. Then you have to test them. I'd say you have to spend around like $100 per creative, which means if you have like 20 creatives, your first budget just to test creatives will be like 2-3K. Sometimes you will understand that these creatives work and you kind of can scale it. Sometimes, and in a lot of cases, it's not enough because like you just starting doing your paid ads, you don't know your target audience. It's great when you have a competitor that you can copy, that you can learn from, but it may be not the case. And so here you have to spend 2-3K just to test the creatives. Then you understand that half of them, or more than half, 60-70% of creatives are not working. So you focus only on the 20-30% of top performers. And and to do this test, you create one campaign, you create multiple ads, and you add each creative in every ad. Then you launch the campaign, you create the optimization on the campaign level, and it decides which creatives are performing better. Then after you spend 100 per creative, you will see that some creatives will get this 100, some creatives will get more money just because they're performing better. They will understand who are the winners and on which creatives you should focus. And when you tested your first creatives, you have to start doing iterations on these creatives. I'd say like 70% of the creatives that you're running should be variations of top performers by ideas, by the formats, by, I don't know, like the color scheme or structure. But you always have to look for new ideas and new approaches. There are businesses that live on 1 or 2 creatives like for months, but usually it's not like that. Usually you have to create new creatives, new ideas every couple months because like people saw these creatives and they're like tired of what they already saw. So you have to come up with new ideas. You understand your top performance, you make variations around them. You have the main campaigns that bring you money, that are performing really good, and in parallel with them you create new campaigns to test the creators. And once you find that there are some new creators that are performing really good, you may add these creatives to the main campaign that is performing. So here, how you prepare the creatives. You have to make different size versions for every creative. It may be tiresome to, when you have like 20 of them, you better create different formats for every creative. So it's like can be 60 creatives, but well, this is how you do the traffic. There are a lot of tools on the market that simplify that. Then you have to wait for, well, at least 3 days for the creative to be alive on the campaigns before they make decisions. You remove the creatives that are either spending money but not bringing you any purchases, and you also remove those who does not have any spend. If you trust in these creatives, we usually recommend like collecting them in some trash bin, and once in a couple months launch new competition with all the losers that you love. But like don't spend too much time on that, and it's better to find new ways every time.
I like the trash bin idea.
Yeah. So for the platform, in the beginning, we recommend starting with just one platform. But once you see that it is performing, like depending on your use case and your target audience and the way how they look for products like yours, you have to choose one of these platforms. Usually it's Meta as the biggest one, but we also recommend allocating some budgets to TikTok and Google. Google is the hardest one because with Meta and TikTok, they have really good algorithms. With Google search, you have to spend a lot of time doing all the words, minusing all the words, because, well, it's a big process and you have to spend a lot of time on that. Then for the scaling, when you launched your first campaign, you added 20 creative there. You understood that like 5 creatives are performing really good. Then you create a new campaign with these 5 creatives. Then you wait for it to be successful. When you see that in 2-3 days it's working pretty good, you may start increasing budgets. Don't increase it 2-3 times at a time. Increase it gradually, adding 20-25% every few days. Do not change the campaigns when they are not performing. And on low budgets, I mean, low budgets is like less than 1,000 a day, something like that. There will be really bad days. So like, don't panic, don't worry, it happens. Yeah, so on these days, don't change anything. Just wait it. If it will be not performing for 2-3 days, then you can stop this campaign.
Well, Igor, what we've also done for some of our clients, because we've seen better numbers on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday for this particular client, we'll even increase budget on those days and lower budget on the bad days. And so you can set up a rule within Facebook to do just that as well.
Yeah. Great advice. So look for the timing of the campaigns in the week or like during the year. So for the scaling, I'd say like the simplest way to scale is to add budget a little bit, and then you just copy your performing campaigns. That's it. Like you see that this campaign is performing. Sometimes at some point you will start increasing the budget and it will not perform really good, so you will need to lower the budget. But if you copy the same campaign in the same account, it will be performing with the same results as another campaign. So you may have like 10 different campaigns but with the same settings. And for the geos, like usually we recommend in the beginning focusing on, for instance, just United States. And when you understand that it is performing in the United States, then you can launch like worldwide campaign or start creating new campaigns in other countries. So focus on one market in the beginning and then scale the same campaigns just by changing the geography of the campaign.
When you duplicate it, okay, yeah, why are you duplicating it? Are you duplicating so that you can target a brand new geo?
Yes, so you better not change the campaign that is already working. So every time you change the targeting of the campaign, it starts to learn from the beginning. So if your campaign is performing, you're not touching it. You may increase some budget and that's it. But if you created the campaign, for instance, for United States, and now you want to go to United Kingdom or to Canada, then you have to copy this campaign and change the geo. Or in general, your campaign is performing for United States, make a copy of the same campaign, don't change anything, and launch of like kind of the same campaign in parallel, and it will be performing better if you would just increasing the budget.
Really? Okay. Interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's so cool. Okay.
Start duplicate the same budget. So here are some advices on how you can scale the campaigns. So yeah, if to sum up the scaling strategies that you have, like increase budgets, then duplicate campaigns, and you may add additional creatives, but not like changing all the creatives, but add new creatives to these new campaigns when in the moment when you're copying them, and do different campaigns for different geographies. But still, you may have the worldwide campaign that will be optimized to like everyone in the world. But in this case, you have to focus on different, for instance, different paywalls with different prices. When you sell worldwide, you better support local currencies. Yeah, for the creatives, you do you focus on the winners, but you also add completely new concepts always. Lookalikes, it's an option when you have a really good user base of customers. Try lookalikes; it may work for you, but not in the beginning. And another way on how to optimize your campaigns is optimize on the value, not only like the number of events or the CPA, but on the like you can optimize campaigns for only the users who will bring you some particular amount of money, or like buying only yearly subscriptions. And in the end, the most important metric that you have to focus on is the return on ad spend. If you will not have 100% on day one, try to predict it. If you don't have the data, well, you can get it from us on the platform or from other benchmarks, or make your estimations. For instance, okay, like I have a monthly subscription, like 50% of the users will renew it on the second month. So on the third month, I will have like 25% of the users. So predict LTV and try to set up your campaigns in the beginning using this predicted LTV, and track how they will behave after they made the purchase. So you may see retention, revenue retention based not only like on all users, but also on different channels and campaigns. So yeah, and then you're good to go. And to finalize, create new creatives weekly. You have to find new ideas always, like precise technical implementation of the pixel. You have to send all the events exactly with the same data, and it's actually like a hard part. Wait for, like, don't panic if your campaigns are not performing. Just wait for it to educate, to get enough events. Yeah, never scale on bad days, and always try to optimize your quizzes and paywalls for the campaigns, changing the first screens and paywalls for different target audiences, for different creators. Yeah, and you can do everything on Web2App. So yeah, that's it for now.
I love it. Thank you so much, Igor. I know one of the things I wanted to add on too is as you're running meta campaigns, one of the things you should pay attention to is that search volume for your brand. Because one of the apps that we looked at, Igor, that I know is running a lot of Web2App campaigns because I've been targeted for their ads is Coursive, and we did a video about them. We broke down their Web2App funnel. But essentially, if you look at their branded campaign, I'm looking at AppFollow right now, it's like a search score of 30 plus. So we've seen this with other apps too, where we're running meta, whether it's a web to app campaign or whether it's a typical app install campaign, your branded search goes up and your search, app store search tends to increase too. So there's equal benefits to that, Igor didn't even take credit for. He's not even taking credit for that. All that wins too. Igor, if the audience wants to connect with you in any other way, do you want to send them anywhere else besides Web2Wave?
I mean, you can sign up on Web2Wave. There is a form you can message. I read almost all the messages, and either I or someone from my team will connect with you, or find me on LinkedIn, Igor Lyubimov, Web2Wave. It's pretty easy. We are on the top results.
And Igor and his team have been so helpful along the way with setting up our own internal Web2App campaign, and then definitely helping our clients, because when we've had questions with the meta campaigns, we've gone to them and they've answered the questions perfectly. But go check them out. It is web2wave.com. And Igor, thank you so much for coming on and doing this.
Thank you, Steve.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video.